When it comes to dieting, there's always one topic that sparks a debate, and that is cheat days. So, do cheat days really boost your weight loss, or are they just a way for you to indulge in your favorite foods? So, today, let's dive into the world of cheat days and let's figure out whether they are really helpful when it comes to you losing weight, or is it just a scam? Now, cheat days have become a very popular thing among the fitness community, and literally everyone's incorporating them in their diet. And just in case you're wondering or you're trying to figure out what is a cheat day, so a cheat day is where you eat one of your favorite foods that isn't a part of your diet plan. And it sounds pretty fun, right? But the question is that what exactly is going in your body when you're doing something like this? Stay with me because here is where it gets interesting. The idea behind cheat days is that it can actually help you lose weight in the long run because you're giving your body a break from restrictive dieting. So by doing that, you're supposedly recharging your metabolism and also trying to avoid those plateaus. But does science really back this up? Well, we'll get into that later, but first let's understand this. Let me introduce two hormones, which is leptin and ghrelin. Now, these are the hormones that will tell your brain whether you're hungry and whether you are full. Now, when you are on a diet and you start eating less to lose weight, your leptin levels drop because your body realizes that it's getting less food, so we are going to be low on energy. So let's hold on to that fact. That's why people think that cheat days can help. The idea that when you eat a little more of your favorite foods, it can increase your leptin levels, and suddenly your body is like, okay, wait, he's not completely eating less, and that might just be a phase. The idea that when you eat a little more on your cheat day, it just helps you boost those leptin levels, which tricks your body into believing that, okay, wait, favorite foods are still coming in, so let's burn more calories as usual. So it ends up burning more calories faster, and it also keeps your metabolism happy. But does this actually work? Well, there is a study in the Journal of Obesity that shows that when you eat a little more for a short period of time, like a cheat meal, can raise your leptin levels. So yes, it is true that your body does react, but here's the catch, that the effect doesn't last very long. So it's like putting a little more fuel in your car, but you're hoping that this fuel will last the whole trip. But spoiler alert, it won't. And even I have to admit it that I've had my fair share of cheat days in the past. When I first started dieting, I would make sure that I have at least one cheat day in a week. And in that cheat day, I would allow myself to eat whatever I want. So somewhere there's no guilt or shame when it comes to consuming that meal. And to be honest, at first it was amazing. Like you could just eat your favorite pizza or your chocolate or even your ice cream or that favorite dessert that you've always been wanting to eat. But the thing is that as time went on, I realized that my cheat days were much more frequent than what my diet plan was. And literally I could see that in my weight loss because it just started slowing down. And I'm very sure that you've gone through the same cycle of cheat days that I have gone through. But wait, don't throw the cheat day ideas out yet, because there are other studies like the one in the International Journal of Obesity, which has found that planned diet breaks like a cheat meal can actually help people stick to their diets much longer. And if you're wondering why, well, let's be real, food is something that's very emotional. So giving yourself a treat once in a while will help you from not quitting your whole diet or binging in secret. So I wanted to hear the experience of others on cheat days. So I reached out to a few of my friends who also are fitness enthusiasts, and I asked them what do they feel about cheat days. So one of my friends follows intermittent fasting and she swears by her cheat days because cheat days helps her be on track. She told me that her cheat days help her just find that balance, because somewhere on those cheat days she gets to eat her favorite food and it keeps her craving for those foods very low over time. So she gets to enjoy life at the same time and also stick to her diet. But another friend of mine had a very different approach when it came to cheat days. He allows himself to eat one cheat meal a week, but he makes sure that he plans it a week in advance or a month in advance at least. And he told me that when he plans something like this, he already knows that even if someone offers him something during the week, he can easily say no because he already has a specific day where he can indulge in that food. So it helps him from not making unhealthy choices during the entire week. And somewhere I like what he said was that it helps him make these very mindful and a very conscious decision. Cheat days do have a very psychological impact on our dieting journey. And we all know this, that when you restrict yourself too much on a certain food, when especially you're following a very strict diet, you realize that you crave for those favorite foods a lot more. And when you try to avoid them completely, your craving for that increases because you feel very deprived of that food. And the moment you just decide that, okay, wait, let me just have one bite, and you realized what you were missing, then you don't really want to get back to your diet again. And you forget the whole picture of your dieting journey. So having a cheat day just helps you feel a little more free as compared to that extremely restrictive mindset. And somewhere it also reminds you in a way that it's okay to indulge in your favorite foods once in a while. So what are the different types of cheat days you can go with? Well, some people go with the complete indulgence where they have a specific day and they eat whatever food or whatever they want without any guilt or shame. And others prefer a more mindful approach where they make healthier choices while still allowing themselves to indulge in their favorite food just a little bit. But when it comes to weight loss, which one is more beneficial? From my experience, I feel the more way to go about it is by the mindful approach. So I really make a lot of healthy choices, but somewhere I'm also allowing myself to indulge a little bit so that I don't have those negative consequences of either overeating or having too much of cravings where you suddenly just go crazy and you just want to eat, or you want to completely indulge into it. Because somewhere this also helps me trick my mind, because it tells my brain that, okay, wait, he's still having his favorite food, so I don't think I should be worried about it. So my cravings also don't increase as much and I don't feel too deprived from my favorite foods. But again, this is what works for me, and since everyone is different, what might work for me might be very different that will work for you. So how can you incorporate a cheat day in your diet plan without hampering or damaging your progress? For me, to be honest, it's all about moderation and planning. Cheat days can work if you do it right. So let's say today is your cheat day, and instead of going really wild and going crazy on your favorite foods, just try a cheat meal. Pick something that you really love, eat it slowly, and then go back to your regular plan. So remember that it's not about cheating on your diet, but it's making a little space for the foods or your favorite foods that you love. Now, cheat days won't magically burn your fat, but it will help you stay more motivated and even more consistent. So in conclusion, do cheat days really help you lose weight faster? The answer is yes and no. While incorporating cheat days can also boost your metabolism, help you stay motivated and also consistent, but if you don't do it correctly, it can also lead to overeating and it can make you gain weight. So think of it more as a cheat meal on a cheat day, because when you look at it this way, you will just have a really small cheat meal, which will not make much of a difference if 80% of the time you're eating really well. And by doing this, you're getting to have your favorite food, and at the same time, you're also going to be sticking to your diet plan. And if 80% of the time you're eating well, then that won't really trouble that small, really cheat meal that you're going to have. All right, now it's your turn. What is your ultimate cheat meal? Is it pizza? Is it pasta? Is it burgers? Or is it something very unique like a sushi? Well, do let me know that in the comments. And if you feel like you want to watch any other health-related video, well, I have a lot of them on this channel, so do feel free to watch. And until we meet again next, don't stress and be awesome. Rocher that.